Sun, moon, stars,
It's a dark night, 2-0. So, you see the beacon of light through that black hole? Greetings, signs and moons, and of course, I have to welcome back all my stars. We're going to go ahead and get into this past life reading. Now, what I'm picking up in this cut is a family member that could be yours, however, they don't necessarily have to be, could be institutionalized, and or this is pertaining to someone that you care about this lifetime. Now, for some, this is definitely picking up on your 12th house that could have Leo in it. However, it could also be any one of these zodiac sun signs that is currently on the table. Now, for some, this is speaking of a leadership position that you have this lifetime. However, in a past life, you may have reneged. And this is because at the bottom of both stacks in my hands is also the 12th house, conjoined with the 3rd house and Saturn. So this is a strong indication that a cycle was complete in regards to an institution. However, something pertaining to your communication regarding a family member and an institution remained. And because of this, currently, you're feeling like your energy is not up to par, and the third person that you are intertwined with currently is also feeling some sort of effect that pertain to a binding associated with your birth, or whoever this is, birth. Now, someone that you're currently dealing with could feel betrayed by something that you said or by something that they witnessed. And since this is the case, what I'm getting in regards to a witness has a lot to do with something that was communicated to an institution, and because it's partnered here with Cancer energy conjoined with Scorpio, what this is talking about is something coming to an end, but not just any ending. This ending is associated with someone being behind bars and not being released. Now, this could be you. However, what I'm picking up is this also pertains to a third party. And because it does, what I'm going to tell you now is this is an individual that was bound to you at birth, and because they experienced the same type of life that you did. Now, what I also feel to be true is that currently someone is going through some type of tower moment associated with a family member. However, if you are an elect one, this is talking about a tower moment that they're currently experiencing that has something to do with your past life. Now, for those that are in alignment with my belief, what I'm getting to is your past life enemy could be someone's family member currently. And because of this, something faded that was supposed to happen to you ended up happening to them. Now, you can feel like that's a good thing. However, because Saturn was at the bottom of those stacks, what this is talking about is a karmic chapter not being complete. Now, this has a lot to do with communicating what you want. However, it also is talking about your perception in regards to family ties. Now, in the recent past, you may have spoke with an institution, and because you spoke with an institution, something was recorded. Now, if you are a mother figure, what this is getting to is a passing. Now, if this is your child, my condolences. However, what I'm picking up is there was some sort of communication regarding a child. Now, for everyone involved in this energy, the situation is going to be different. However, if you were bound to someone at birth, you're definitely experiencing the same type of issue at the same time and in the same manner. Now, what I'm picking up is you spoke with a family member. Now, when you spoke with this family member, they may have communicated to you that they were in a new partnership. And because this conversation happened, you may have told them that it sounds like a relationship of convenience. And because you felt that way, or whomever this is felt that way, what this is getting to is someone feeling like either you or a third person wed or decided to be with someone else solely because of their finances. Now, what I'm picking up currently is because there was some sort of liaison, this is showing up at the moment as a soul tie. Now, if you are a Sagittarius, what I'm getting for you is you're a father figure this lifetime. However, in a past life, you were someone's father. Now, this could be a family member of yours or someone that you're currently with, family member. Now, if you feel like this is getting complicated, what I'm getting for you is you're not aware that for your era, a past life family member could be a current child, and or a past life enemy could be a current lover. And this is because a karmic chapter was not complete before you were no more. Now, what I also know to be true is a foolish mistake that was made during some sort of convening caused an eruption in someone's finances. Now, this may have catapulted you into a leadership role this lifetime. However, in a past life, you were codependent. Now, this is speaking on masculine and feminine energies. And what I mean by that is male and female. However, someone may feel like when I say masculine and feminine energies, that I'm not talking about man and woman. However, for this reading, I'm definitely pulling on the energy of a male and a female that is masculine and feminine energy. Now, you may have recently been in the dream state, and while you were asleep, a Kairos communicated something to you. However, you may opt to say that they were evil. Not an evil, but an evil. And this is because of the tone of their voice. And if this is you that had some sort of communication while you were asleep, what this is getting to is you being an HELL raiser. Now, for those that are feeling like this information is not for you, what I can tell you now is elect ones are indeed underworld beings. Now, you could have been in the light at one point of your life that could have something to do with this lifetime. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be this lifetime. And because of this, coming full circle for you would mean that you are currently experiencing the dark side of yourself, which brings my attention to this Cancer energy. For those that are familiar with the yin-yang symbol, a Cancer energy is definitely that through and through. However, some may opt to say that they are crabs. And since this is the case, what I'm getting for this particular individual is that they have a crab in a barrel mentality. And what that is talking about is someone not wanting you to get ahead of them or vice versa. Now, what I also feel for someone involved in this, that is certainly an elect one this lifetime. You completed a chapter in your life that required you to not be codependent or clingy. However, the current person that you are with may feel that you are. And this is because you are attentive to their needs. And since this is the case, someone that either you or a third party is currently communicating with may feel like they're placating you. However, what I'm getting is this particular individual needed a mother figure this life. And this is because of a karmic chapter that did not get completed in a past life. Now, if you feel like you want a past life reading, you can reach out to me at oracleoftheether@gmail.com, or you can join the membership. Now, for those that are interested in part 2, be on the lookout for it. Deuces. What is your name? What is your name?
Sergisias Ether.